Namaste and welcome to our full moon meditation. Today we're in the sign of Aries and it's all about new beginnings. And at this year in 2017, we're at the start of a completely new cycle. So last year would have been a very finishing year, the ends of lots of things. We saw lots of famous people dying, but lots of almost ends of ways that things are going on in the world, and it's causing a kind of a bit of a uncomfortability as we find our new feet and what are those new feet going to be. So at this time we have the opportunity of leaving behind the past. Obviously the past is very familiar, and those habits and those conditionings draw us back into familiar ways, but at this full moon time, in this festival of Easter, regardless of your religion, there is one of the top three times in the year when this greatest amount of light or inspiration is coming onto this planet. So this is a very potent time to meditate and a potent time to receive inspiring thoughts or seeds, if you like, just like in the northern hemisphere as we're coming into spring, the time of planting those seeds. So Aries preceding Taurus, which is very grounded and earthy. So here in Aries we're being pioneers, but before we let our ego kind of run away with things and get drawn into the familiar patterns and paths that we've created in the past, we have this opportunity of opening up to this greater amount of inspiration and receiving those seeds within which we can then plant and drive forwards through the next year, the next cycle of the smaller cycle of 3 years, and then the larger cycle of 9 years that we exist in. So over this time, Aries, and when the Aries is in the sun is in Aries, sometimes we feel very driven, we feel like pushing forwards very quickly. That yang energy kicks in, the kind of warrior, potentially a little bit of anger in our relationships and within ourselves. So just a little bit of caution, and before we start to run, we root to earth and we ground ourselves in the physical reality of being in this amazing vehicle of this body. So we'll start our meditation, as always, sitting in a comfortable position, trying to align the spine but not worrying about it too much, whether you're sitting on a chair or whether you're cross-legged or with your legs outwards, it doesn't matter. We're going to bring our palms so that our palms are facing down and place them on our knees. Draw shoulders up and roll them down, exhale. Close the eyes, inhale, draw the shoulders up. Exhale through the mouth. One more, inhale and exhale. Returning to a normal breath with the eyes closed, turning your gaze inwards and upwards to your third eye. Just breathing in and out of this space, even if you don't get a sensation of what this area is. Energetically, this is your Ajna chakra, which connects you through all aspects of your being, but that connects you to the spirit, and so that you can start to see what these inspiring thoughts are. So everything that comes from divinity or comes from oneness or that light is very unfathomable. It's just an impression that we receive. So as you breathe in and out of your third eye, you're just asking to be able to see more clearly. To know those patterns that you have to leave behind. Just deepening your breath for a couple of breaths, letting go of any difficult emotions or difficult thoughts. And exhale down through the spine, into the earth, into the center of the earth. and get a connection between your body and the earth. You know, every atom has come from that earth in one way or the other. And allow yourself to really root yourself and be nourished, be supported in your true purpose on this earth. And only once we're fully rooted can we really reach up, can we really aspire to our true potential, to our true greatness. And then breathing into your heart, one of the 3 seats of your soul, where you receive those impressions from the soul directly, through desires and feelings. Tricky sometimes to distinguish between our lower desires and the desires of our soul. But with a little bit of practice, we can see the ones that we're trying to kid ourselves with, and those ones that we're truly driven to create. And just feeling that emotion of forgiveness and compassion. Forgiving yourself and forgiving others for any of those cycles that we all get into. And then back to our third eye, where the 2 confluences, incoming and the outgoing energies, that ascending and descending energies from spirit to matter and matter to spirit, converge and drawing together from Ajna up through the crown, opening up into the infinite, into that white unknown, seeing how high we can draw our awareness to the highest point of light, to the highest point of love, and to the highest point of goodwill. And allow that light to fall down to you, through the crown to Ajna, to be known and to be seen. And to that highest point of love, allowing it to fall down through Ajna and into your heart, so it can be known and felt. And then the highest point of will, allowing it to draw down into your core, to motivate you for true purpose. Bringing your awareness into the whole of those 3 centers. Of light and Ajna, of love in your heart, and of will in your belly, in your core. And then turning your palms to face up with your thumb and your first finger together, resting on your knees, shoulders drawing back, spine long. Draw your awareness back up, opening up through Ajna, through the crown, reaching up for those seeds and allowing them to fall down to your fertile soil, onto that clear bed, free from weeds, the weeds of those conditioned patterns which create thought forms, which create emotional baggage. Relaxing your forehead and just allowing those seeds, whether you know what they are or not, just to fall on that earth, your world, your body. And whether you get a sight of what they are or not, just recognizing that as the seeds start to germinate over this year, you will start to see what they are. Or maybe you do know what they are. You do know what baggage you have to let go of. You do know what the patterns are. Reaching up to that highest point and asking for any divine guidance that you need to receive. Starting or continuing a dialogue with your higher self. Asking what you need to know, and then maybe asking another question. And then taking the seed, that knowledge that you've been given, and drawing it down through Ajna, through heart, through core, through will, driven by will, and planting it deep down in the earth. And just breathing into that seed in your mind's eye, deep down in the earth. Sending it love, covering it over, watering it, nurturing it, and bringing your hands to your heart, your left hand and your right hand. Feeling the beat of your heart, your biological heart. And then connecting to your spiritual heart at the back of your heart, the back of your body. Committing to yourself to live this year aligned with your soul, driven by that purpose, free from ego attachment, feeling that warm blanket around you, that protection that you always have, and sometimes forget. Those guides, those angels, or whatever you like, however you like to experience that warm blanket, always feels quite nice. And returning yourself to your body as you feel your breath. Taking a couple of deeper breaths, bringing your hands together in Anjali Mudra, left and right palm touching. And just bowing your head just to recognize your own smallness in the greatness, and the greatness in the smallness. Namaste.